All right, well, I've got this particular one is a relatively simple but very important tool. By the way, all of the links to these tools, we will drop these into the chat. So at the end of the evening, you can save the chat. You'll be able to click through to them. It means that you don't have to squint at the screen to see what the actual URL is of the apps and tools. So first one, I did use this week. It is what they call a DMARC Record Checker. It does nothing fancy, but checks to see what the deliverability of your emails are. So deliverability is all important, particularly as I discovered this week that one of my domains is blocked globally by one of our ISPs here in Australia. So anyone knows Australia, there's an ISP called Optus with telephone network, and the extension, which is the bit at the end, normally it's .com or .com.au. I've got one that is .website. They've just blocked anything with .website at the end of it because their rationale is any domains like that are likely to be spam or phishing or whatever. So it's just a unilateral decision. Can I get it changed? Not a chance. So I happen to use that domain for some of the work that I do with some of my clients. And so we've got to look for another domain to use because we just can't get them to remove that global block for any of the domains. So, and this is where I discovered it. So what this one does is that you've got records or domain name records, which are DNS records, which are important for your email deliverability. If you don't have these set up, particularly today, you'll either get things like your emails will bounce, they'll end up in spam folders, or at the very worst, they just won't be delivered at all. The ISP or the email client just won't accept them. So Microsoft, which has Outlook, and Google Mail, they have become stricter and stricter on the validation of emails. So certainly over the last 2 years, and again, they've upped the ante in terms of the email security. So very simple tool here. All you do is you enter in your domain. So I'm just going to enter in facebook.com. There we go. That one's not my domain, not quite that wealthy yet. And what it gives you is it tells you this part here, your DMARC record. So it looks up the DNS record and it says that in this case, there is a DMARC record, and it tells you what all the values are in this record. So what this is designed to prevent anyone else using your email address, or what they call spoofing your email address, pretending to be you and sending it as if they are you. So this particular record stops them doing that. And so if you do have this record in place, the email providers like Google or Microsoft and the likes, they know that the email has originated from you. So it hasn't originated from Ukraine or Russia or China or someone else who's pretending to be you, because you have this record in place. And so I won't go into all the bits about the record, but the key thing is that you need to have these two parts here, V equals DMARC1 : and P equals, and you've got some options here. You've got reject, which what that means is if you haven't sent it, then it tells the email provider to reject the email. So if it comes from someone else, they'll just reject it. The recipient will never receive it. There is also quarantine as well. If it's quarantine, it means that the email provider will accept it, but it will put it in quarantine for the user then, or the recipient, to then decide whether they want to read it, so they can work out whether it's spam or not. So what, and you'll see underneath there is a legend of the sorts of fields you can put into that DNS record. So, but if you don't understand any of it, don't worry about it. As long as you have in your DNS record this particular record here, then you are covered. So just those first two parts of it, and the last part, PCT equals 100, but certainly just those first two is enough to be compliant. If you've got no idea about it, your web developer or your server host will know exactly what to do, and you can talk to them and they'll know how to put it in. But in the very first instance, if you check your domain, then this will tell you whether you actually have that record present. So nothing particularly sexy about this, apart from the fact that it should ensure that your emails get through to where they need to get through. So that one there is called dmarcian.com/DMARC-inspector. All right, next one I have for you is, this is all the news. So anyone here use ChatGPT at all? Give us a show of hands if you have ChatGPT, or maybe even dabbled with it. Well, Perplexity, they have a browser now which has come out. ChatGPT, not to be outdone, also now has a browser. So their browser is called Atlas, and you can now download the browser to your computer, and it has ChatGPT baked into it. So essentially using ChatGPT as a search engine, you're browsing the web, and the whole experience is in their browser. So you may be familiar with Google, well, the normal Google browser, Google Chrome, and you'll see when you are searching in Google Chrome, they've got Gemini, which is their equivalent of ChatGPT. So Gemini, when you search, will come up with AI recommendations and information which they aim to answer your questions at the very top of the search. Not great for those of you that are running websites hoping to get clicks through to your website, because that has really dramatically decreased the clicks through to your website, but great for user experience. So users going there, they get their questions answered without having to click through to a number of websites. Now, the good news is there are ways of being able to optimize for that. I think the old acronym was SEO, Search Engine Optimization. The new acronym is AEO, which I can never remember what it is, but something like All Engine Optimization or Everywhere Optimization, but there are ways to help with that. So with the adoption of these browsers, you've got Perplexity has got Comet, you've got Google's got Gemini, you've now got ChatGPT has got Atlas, and I did see that Microsoft Edge, I think, has got Copilot now. You will find that people's search behavior really is turning a lot more towards these large language models. And so you need to start understanding how these language models are working in terms of search, and start to understand how people are actually, searching in these platforms and how to optimize for it as well too. So download Atlas. And now there is some good news and some bad news. The bad news is if you have Windows, you can download it. If you've got a Mac, you can download it. Only if you've got the M chip. So if you have an Intel chip with a Mac, as I do, you cannot download it. It is only developed for the Apple, or the new Apple chips. So if you can, have a look, and you can explore that. So that is chatgpt.com/Atlas. All right, next one I have for you, for those of you with an artistic bent in your body, this is probably not for you. For those with no artistic talent at all, this is probably your sort of app. So this is one where you can create some visual masterpieces using AI. It is called smartpalette.io, and it enables you to create paintings in any sort of format you would like. So if you would like a Picasso painting, maybe you want to be the subject in the painting, you can create a Picasso painting of yourself. And these ones are designed so that you can get them, you can take it to a large format printer, get it printed out and hang it on your wall or in your office. So gone are the days where you need to go and commission someone to create some artwork for you, or go to a gallery to go and find the exact piece that you want. You can actually go and create it, and then get it printed out onto canvas, and then hang it in your office, bedroom, lounge, house, wherever you would like to have it hung. So this particular app allows you to create some fabulous masterpieces there. So the way to get started, if you just click this Get Started, it does cost you. It's not a free app, but you can get started for free. So they have got a free trial there. You can't print it or do anything with it. You can start creating it, so you do get credits to be able to do it, but it'll give you an idea as to how it works. And instead of paying $150,000 for a piece of art, you can pay $3.99, and you can get something done that is probably not equal to that $150,000 artwork, but you can get something that looks pretty good. So that one there is called smartpalette.io. All right, next one I've got is, if anyone's used freepik.com, that is an image, or what do you call it? It's a place where you can get our images for free or for no royalty, and people do sell images on there as well too. You'll find that there are applications out there that do link to Freepik, like WordPress website, for instance. They've got extensions in there where you can just bring images straight into your website. I know that Go High Level does the same as well too. But the next layer up is Freepik now has this AI image generator, and you can just describe the image that you want, either inside your website creation tool, so you can use it inside there if they support it, or you can come out to the website, which is freepik.com/AI/image generator, and you can go and create an image of your own. So simple as just describing what you want to see, and then you can select your style, whether you want a photo, illustration, cartoon. So let's say a busy supermarket scene on Black Friday with people fighting for purchases. Yeah, I don't know whether that ever happens over here, but I know it does happen in some places. And then you'll click the generate button, and away it'll go, and it will then go and start generating an image for you. So there we go. It's just ticking around now. You can edit these images as well, so you can change the style, the color, the character. You can update backgrounds, all of that type of thing. So you can generate sort of images there, which you can then go and use in social media. This one here I've found is a little easier to use than Midjourney. Midjourney is another image creator, and it's very powerful. It is very good, but it does require an investment in time to really understand how it works and to get it working right. This one is a little more user-friendly, and it's a little easier to use. So that one there is called freepik.com. / I think it was, we'll drop the link into chat. And the last one I've got for you is a book. It is a very old book. In fact, it's difficult to even find this book anymore. It was recommended to me reasonably recently by someone who has read it and used it in his career as a CEO of a large public corporation. And it's called Toyota Culture, the Heart and Soul of the Toyota Way. It is about the consultant Deming, who after the Second World War ended up in Tokyo. He was the one that worked with Toyota on things like just-in-time purchasing. So they were getting parts for the cars that they were making delivered at the very time it needed to be put onto a car for delivery. So it was all around systems, processes, and I guess it's the precursor to automation, our current automation online. So he was really on about process automation. So even though it's a reasonably old book, it's very good, and the principles apply to today. And you can overlay them over some of the AI automation tools and to really achieve the principles in the tools that we've got today. So it's a timeless book as far as that's concerned. So the only place I could find a copy of it, I did look at it on Amazon. I did not traipse around the secondhand bookshops, but at archive.org, which is the Internet Archive, they have a heap of books in there. In fact, you can borrow them, and some of them are free to borrow. Some of them you pay a small amount to borrow them to read, and you have to read it on a device. You can't actually get a physical copy of it, but it gives you access to the book. So this particular one is on the Internet Archive, and it's got this long URL. We'll just drop that into chat. But the book is called Toyota Culture, the Heart and Soul of the Toyota Way. So interesting read. I've just started getting into it, so and really enjoying it. And that there is a roundup of our cool online tools for today. We have dropped them all into the chat there. You can save the chat now if you like. You can save it at the end as well. But let's pop into chat. What was your favorite one? The one that you think may keep you occupied for 5 minutes or 5 hours? And the one that you think possibly may have some sort of use for you and your business as well. Of course, all these apps and tools, we'll pop them into the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook group. If you're not a member of that, head over to Facebook, find Business Owners Smashing It Online, and click the join button. We'll accept you into that. And you'll find some of the other tools that we've posted there over the past 8 years or so as well too. So might be one in there that is just the one that you are looking for. And of course, if you want any help with any of these apps and tools or how to put them all together or which stack that you need, feel free to reach out to me on smashgo.co, on LinkedIn, Facebook. In fact, just Google my name. You'll find some way to get hold of me there. All right, what have we got here? We've got some votes in. We're a bit shallow on the votes today. What's happening? Did I miss the mark today? Did I? So what have we got? We've got Toyota, Timeless, yes, good book, DMARC and DMARC. Well, I have to say the DMARC Checker, probably the most boring of all tools, but it is not boring. If you are finding your emails are not being delivered, this might be the answer that helps you to improve your emails actually getting through to where it's supposed to. So, and in fact, I have to say it was my favorite tool because I've used that a number of times this week.